Ka mihi au ki te wā hi ngaro, ki ngā mana whenua o te wā ki ngā tupuna o te rohe nei. Ka mihi ki te kuini Māori me tōna whānau, ko ngā tangata rongonui me ngā kaitiaki o te ao. Ka mihi ki te whare me te whenua, tēnā kōrua. Ko ngā maunga ngā awa me ngā ngāhere e tiaki ana i a tātou. Ka mihi ki te hunga mate, haere, haere, haere atu rā. Ki ngā rātou kua hinga, kua wehi i te ao. Ngā mihi aroha ki a koutou i roto i ngā pō. Ka hoki mai tātou ki a koutou i ngā wā katoa. A ka mihi ki te hunga ora, a te MΑORI ora a ki a tātou. Ko te aroha, te manaakitanga me te kotahitanga hi pau i roto i tēnei ao. Tihei a MAORI ora. Nau mai hara mai e te whānau ki te korotoa o nā tai tamatane o Kirikiriroa. A ko Stefan Temihai West tōku ingoa. And again, it is my privilege to be joined here in the beautiful Kirikiriroa with the one, the only, Zach. How's it going, Zach?
Kia ora, Stefan, ko Zach tuku ingoa. A beautiful day out here in Kirikiriroa. A bit gloomy this morning, but the skies are starting to open up and we're getting a lovely little afternoon here for us for some beautiful code to begin.
Yeah, really looking forward to this fixture, te whānau. You know, there's multiple high school rivalries around the country. Some of those that come to mind, Auckland Grammar versus Kings, Christchurch Boys versus Christs. We got down in Whanganui Ātara, we got St. Pat's Town versus Wellington, Westlake versus Rosmini up in Tamaki Makaurau. And in the Super 8 competition, there's no fiercer rivalry, Zach, than Raukara versus Kirikiriroa.
Hi, Stefan. Raukara versus Kirikiriroa has been a long-fledged rivalry across multiple sports, but no more than this rugby. You know, we compete with them across multiple codes, and it's been a great morning this morning. Under 14s, under 15s, second 15, and now first 15, all playing against each other, and it's great to see when two schools come together like this.
Yeah, so true, Zach. Tautoko tō kōrero i tēnei ahi, and we're going to go to the team list, starting with Rotorua, Raukara at number 1. We have Paul at 2, Vanderheyden, 3, Renata, 4, Wasp, 5, Weaver, 6, Mailulu, 7, Hutchins, and number 8, the captain, Rogers, at 9, Chisholm, 10, Richards, Te Pau, 11, Rakuraku, 12, Magavi, 13, Waititi, 14, Tutawhaiva, and at 15, rounding out the starting 15, it's Owen at fullback. Looking at the interchange bench at 16, we have Barry, 17, Dobson, 18, Phillips, 19, McCabe, 20, Huriwai, 21, Macbeth, and rounding out the Raukara squad at 22 is Rasmussen. Moving over to Kirikiriroa and their starting squad this afternoon. At 1 we have Fafita. At number 2, the captain today for Kirikiriroa is Walker. 3, Vanderheyden. 4, Saxon. 5, Mills. 6, Hammond. At open side, Foot. Number 8, Dunlop. At 9, Roos. 10, Bothaway. 11, Parai. 12, Kara. 13, Gruen. 14, Hunter. And 15, Stevens. And rounding off their interchange, it is 16, Dent. 17, Kawai. 18, Bushel. 19, Barnett. 20, Ross. 21, Paringatai. And at 22 is Wales. So two strong looking squads here today, Zach, and obviously though a few injuries as well, especially plaguing, if we look at Kirikiriroa's squad, their captain Alexander, he's out of this fixture.
Yep, Alexander out of this fixture second week out, and I can tell you from personal experience he's been working hard to get his ankle back better and back playing, but unfortunately he sits out another week alongside Caleb Grice, their hard-hitting number 8. But all said, still a strong Kirikiriroa starting 15, as well as a strong Raukara starting 15, sort of highlighted by two important names, and Te Ariki Rogers, the captain, Chiefs under 18 captain as well, and And he is a man mountain out there, and he's going to be key for Rotorua's all attack and defence. And another name I remember from last year is Bronson Vanderheyden, the hooker. New Zealand Barbarians under 18 and Chiefs under 18 as well. And he returns to Rotorua for year 13. And he's going to be key for them as well.
Yeah, I really like the look of Rogers. I remember, I believe it was 2023, when Rotorua under-15s played Te Whanganui-a-Tara in the under-15 national competition final out on this field. So Rogers, he ran amok that day and really showed his ball carrying ability, his leadership capability. So lots of threats there for Rotorua. And if we look at this Kirikiriroa side, who are you looking forward to seeing out there today, Zach?
There's a few names to look at. Exciting name for me is Cullen Parai out on the wing. As a year 11, he's created some really good chances, makes some really strong runs, and his left foot step is one of the best I've seen from a year 11 in a very long time. And he can change the game, runs it out of his own half, and is dangerous if the ball can get out to him and into some space. In the forward pack, Kent Mills, solid in the locking position. You know, puts other teams under a lot of pressure jumping against the throw. We saw it last time we were here when they played New Plymouth, and he every time he jumped up, he got a turnover, whether it was not straight or he pilfered the ball. So he's another one that's going to be really important at set piece time for Kirikiriroa, and if the ball can get out to Parai, then there's danger out there as well.
Yeah, I really do like the look of Parai. We've seen him on the wing. We've also seen him cover injuries in the midfield, I believe, for the Moaska defence against Te Whanganui-a-Tara, where he played in the centres. So a very promising young year 11 rugby player is Parai. And if we look back over recent encounters between these two squads, in 2024, round 3 of the Super 8, so exactly about a year ago, 32 points to 8-2 Kirikiriroa. A pretty comfortable round 3 win there. However, Rotorua, they put on a good performance at the back end of 2024. They were able to beat Tauranga, I believe, which was a bit of an upset for the Chiefs semi-final. And they came to Boys High and they played Kirikiriroa again in the Chiefs Cup final. Kirikiriroa able to take the win there again. It was 41 points to 15. So looking back to last year, Zach, obviously Kirikiriroa with a bit of an advantage, but I really liked the little look of Rotorua during their warm-up. They were very vocal, loud. You can tell they're quite switched on for this Moaska defence.
Yeah, it seems like a common theme across all their teams. They've been out watching the other 3 games this morning, and they've all been very vocal and very into the game, and they bring a high energy. Looking at the team list, a lot of the boys are returning from last year, and they're only going to be better for the experience. That their year 12 captain in Tiaraki Rogers, who was only under 15 2 years ago, is a massive advantage as well. As Kirikiriroa run out, led by Captain Noah Walker and Liam Vanderheyden, Moaska Cup coming out, and it's going to be an exciting game.
Well, we can see the number 3 from Kirikiriroa, Liam Vanderheyden, he puts down the Moaska Cup, so there's a lot to play for. Both teams with a loss this season in the Super 8, so they're going to be desperate to keep themselves in the hunt for a Super 8 finals berth. And I'm just going to leave it up to both teams to go through their haka routines. We'll talk to you shortly at Te Whānau. Can't move the wee. Both sides bringing a lot of passion to their haka. As Kirikiriroa, they grab the silverware from halfway. Walk past our referee today. Tyler Wright is the referee, so almost pristine conditions here in Kirikiriroa. The sun is out, the grass is looking pretty clean out there, Zach, and there's not much wind, so it should be a fast-flowing game this afternoon.
You'd really hope so, Steph, but with the weather we've had in Kirikiriroa the last couple of weeks, you know, it can start like this and it can turn to some pretty poor conditions pretty quickly, so I think they've got to be pretty aware that it's sunny now, but, you know, a couple of hours ago it was raining, and in a half an hour, 45 minutes time, it could be raining. Look at the mountains over in Raglan.
Yeah, hopefully Ranginui can do us a solid and just keep it nice and clear as the referee Tyler Wright, he points to his, looks at his watch, and Rotorua is going to get underway. So Kirikiriroa, they're going to take possession here inside the Ruatako Mārua. And it's a good first start run here for Kirikiriroa. Just an offload there that's hit the ground. So, bit of a mistake early. So Rotorua, they're going to have possession. And they've gone down the blind side. Early opportunity here for Rotorua. Off to their pods now. Unfortunately, I think it was Rogers who lost control. So that's an advantage to Kirikiriroa. They've got numbers out wide here. Is Botherway going to kick? No. Goes through the hands here. Groin. Passes, links up with Stevens. Strong tackle there from Tutavavi. And by the way, he kicks upfield, and that's a good exit there from Kirikiriroa. So both teams just need to settle here early, Zach.
For sure, Kirikiriroa being hampered by their own mistake there off the kickoff again. Good little break by Hunter, and then tries an offload, which has gone to ground. I think in your own half, you might just want to think about just taking it in and recycling the ball, especially early on in the game.
Rotorua here, short line out. They go to the back, it's a clean take, and it's more time for Rotorua. Great throw there from Vanderhayden. They're going backwards though, Rotorua, so they're finally able to move forward. So referee lets this play on. And they're going to scoot down the blind side. Some space here. Good down and run here. For Rotorua, he's going to get free, and that's an early try. What a run there from Tutavaiva, the winger, and excellent start there from Rotorua.
Rotorua have come here with intent, and that they've started on the front foot here. Found space on the outside. couple of missed tackles by Kirikiriroa there, and he rolls over. Nearly celebrated too early and dropped the ball, but he was lucky, slid over the line and got there in the end.
Yeah, just slid over there, but what an excellent start here for Rotorua. And Kirikiriroa there in an early huddle, just trying to settle themselves down. They actually did well in the initial stages, but just forced the pass and just needed to settle. So
Kirikiriroa, they worked hard to start that maul, but Rotorua showed great patience to hold it in the back, reset the maul, keep it driving forward, and then found space on the blind side. Hooker Vanderheyden, the drop goal.
Yeah, Richards to foul. He unfortunately didn't get the tee in time, so he had to rush his kick, and nice strike, but it's gone to the right, so no conversion there for Rotorua. 5-0 though here early for Rotorua.
It's a great chance here for Kirikiriroa to put something deep in the 22, put Rotorua under some pressure, and get one back here, but strong start for Rotorua.
By the way, he's going to get us back underway. Nice deep kick here from By, and that's a big tackle there from Parai, I believe. Rotorua there inside their 22, Rogers with a carry. Kei te rere te poro I tēnei wā. And that's a great whana there from Rotorua, so it will be a rarangi here for Kirikiriroa.
Rotorua showing great exit play there. There's a great hit on the outside by Parai, I think it was. Good chase, exactly how Kirikiriroa wanted to look to start from that kickoff. Got a line out on their own halfway line here, and they'll look to strike.
Kirikiriroa, they also go to a rarangi poto. The captain Walker to throw. And referee Tyler Wright, he's not happy with the throw, so it's got early advantage again to Rotorua.
Actually, given there was no contest there, I actually think that should have been allowed by Kirikiriroa. New rule in the rule book, but unlucky, unfortunate, as they go to tap.
Rotorua, they want to move this ball and get the game underway. So I like this from Rotorua. They go to their pods. Nice tip pass there from Mailulu. There's a knock on here from Rotorua. So again, Kirikiriroa will get possession.
Yes, they set up for a kakari on their halfway line again. I couldn't make out exactly who stripped that. It might have been the number 7 foot. But again, another chance to strike here from good set piece work as the backs look loaded out to the left. A bit of a mismatch out here at the moment.
Ai, ko te kākari kia Kirikiriroa I tēnei wā. Roos. He looks out to his back line. They've got the wing on the right side here, but stacked numbers on the left-hand side for Kirikiriroa. As referee Wright calls set for the kākari. Roos feeds. And he goes down the blind side here. So good darting run here from Roos. Can he link up? He's able to do so, and it's going to be an edge ruck here for Kirikiriroa, but they're well over their advantage line. Off to the forwards now. By the way, to Fafita. Good carry there. Back to the blind side, Roos. Carry here for Kirikiriroa, and the referee has blown a penalty for not releasing a tackler.
Good, strong running. Kirikiriroa get over the advantage line. They go blind, stack numbers back on the right-hand side for Rotorua. Roos found the space. Crafty little number 9 who finally gets his opportunity in the first 15 rugby after being out all of last season. Great little play, and Hunters look dangerous on their right-hand side.
Ai, ka pai te oma tēnei a kai tākoro. Ko te rārangi ki a Kirikiriroa. And it's going to be line out time. I'm picking they're going to go to the wall here, Kirikiriroa. And they've found success throughout the year from their mauls. So they want to respond here at rārangi time. Captain Walker with the call. You can see Rotorua just waving a hand trying to put him off. But it's successful there, so Wright's happy with this line out, and they are going to go to the more here, Kirikiriroa. It's spinning around and looks a bit messy, and the ball looks like it might go to ground. And this could be a kakari here if Kirikiriroa can't get the ball out. But they're going to their pick and go, so they're moving forward here, Kirikiriroa. They've got momentum. More phases here. Vanderheyden, he's sticking close to the ball. And they go out the back here, so backline work, big chip into the corner, it's free there. But unfortunately for Kirikiriroa, Parai just couldn't retain possession and dotted down in the corner.
Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. Ko tēnei te wahi tino nui o te kimu for Kirikiriroa. Crucial part of the game for them here. They need to be the next ones to strike back. You don't want to let these Rotorua sides get a push on because it becomes hard to stop them.
Yeah, Rotorua, it's a rārangi for them, and that's an overthrow, so Kirikiriroa look to clean this up, and they do. Roos now, open side. He finds Kara, throws a big miss pass. Ball goes to ground, but Kirikiriroa tidy it up nicely. They want to get into their systems here. Big strong run from Vanderheyden. Roos now out to his back door pass to Stevens. He's in space, he needs to link up here, and he does. Parai gives it off to Kirikiriroa. He's in the corner. That's an awesome try there from Ken Mills, and you mentioned him earlier, Zach. That's a great shout there.
Yeah, his job's to sit on the outside and add an extra one to the outside backs, and for a big guy, he's agile, and works hard out there. I wish he worked that hard sometimes in my 12 business studies class, but that can't always be the case with these midweek boys.
Yeah, excellent mahi there from Kirikiriroa. We're able to just tidy it up off the rārangi and went from one edge to the other and was able to score a great pedal there. So, by the way, he has an opportunity now to take the lead with a conversion from the sideline, and he's kicked very well off the tee, Zach, in past fixtures. I believe 100% in his last game here in Kirikiriroa against Ngāmotu. So, looking forward to seeing how he responds again today.
Yep, to take the lead, by the way.
Oh, Pairawa atu te rā whana. So that's going to be Fitu ki te rima. Advantage to Kirikiriroa. Good response from them. And Rotorua just want to tidy up their rārangi. I think both sides having a bit of trouble at line out time with the accuracy, and that's going to be important moving forward as we see Richards te whao. He's going to get us back underway. It's a nice high kick here. Received here from Kirikiriroa Goran. Good carry. And a boxy here from Roos. But it's going to go straight to Rotorua, and they're going to go and swing the ball. They're trying to plug the corner here. I like this. That's a great kick there. And it rolls into the sideline. So that might be a 50-22 or close to a 50-22 for Rotorua.
Great vision. Kirikiriroa not covering that left-hand touchline, and the Rotorua fullback found the space. Great kick, and they put themselves in a great attacking position here.
Ko tēnei te rārangi huri. And also it's a rārangi time for Rotorua. Vanderheyden to throw. They're able to tidy this up. They're going to more time as well. We can see Vanderheyden out the back here. He's got his hands on the ball. They're moving forward here at Rotorua. Inching closely to the try line. It breaks away and they get lots of momentum. He's going to score here, Vanderheyden. And well done, Rotorua, on that set piece.
They're looking good from their set piece on the line-out drive. Ko te kapa nei e kaha ane ki te tākaro o e tēnei rā. They're playing strongly today, Steph, and they look a dangerous outfit. They've got the momentum going with them. Kiriki responding straight away to Kirikiriroa's points down the other end to edge the lead. The tee's out here on time this time, so has a chance to make a proper attempt at this.
Yeah, Richard Stefan, he gets a genuine opportunity here to kick this off the tee, and great work from Rotorua. They plugged it straight into the corner here, got a 50-22 went to their set piece at Arangi time, and excellent execution from Rotorua. So great response from then. We see a pattern early, Zach, with both teams making mistakes, not quite executing, and it has been costing them.
Yes, both teams' more defence has been put under pressure here.
Great strike there, and that's over from Richard Stefan. So it's going to be Tacoma Rua Kite Fitsu. Advantage here to Rotorua early in the beautiful Kirikiriroa. By the way, he's going to get us underway, so let's see how Kirikiriroa respond. Another great restart, and a good take there from Weaver. Rotorua, they try and get him to ground, and they're able to do so. Rogers here, nice tip pass, which means that Rotorua are over there at advantage line. Will they look to kick? Or are they going to carry? They will kick. And this is going to go straight down to, by the way, he links up with Stevens. What can he do in open play? Good carry there. Roos goes right side to Vanderheiden, and backdoor pass here to Bodaway. Is he going to link up? He does. Pardoi. Good chip here from Gruen. It's found grass. Can Rotorua clean this up? It's play on here, and Kirikiriroa tried to blitz, and Rotorua have kicked the ball crossfield. And a chance here for Hunter. We're going to have a ruck here out on the edge, Etefano. Roos wants to link up with his forwards, Dunlop. Good carry, quick ball here for Kirikiriroa. Vanderheiden, he's going to make another carry for Kirikiriroa. Same way, Kara. Missed pass here, another pass, and we spoke about the mistakes, Zach, and not quite executing, and it can be costly.
Yep. Outside's just sitting a little bit flat there, and the pass goes in behind their back shoulder, and they look a little bit too eager to get over the advantage line. But great signs there, great kick, great chase, put them under some great pressure in their own 22 there. They've just got to convert in those last passes.
Ko te rārangi kia Rotorua, and referee Wright doesn't believe that it's straight either, and so it will be a free kick here to Kirikiriroa. Roos, he decides to tap it, gives it to Vanderheiden. That's a smart play there, who tips the ball on. Rotorua thought he was going to carry, but gave it on. Now here's Cutter. He links up with Gruen. Ball into contact, a little bit isolated there, but good work from Kirikiriroa to clean up the ruck. Rogers, he tries to get over the ball, but he's cleaned out. So Vanderheiden gives an offload here. Walker, the captain, out. By the way, he links up with Mills. Chip in the corner here from Hunter, but there's cover there for Rotorua, and it's going to be dead. So bit of a disappointing ending to those phases. I think Kirikiriroa just need to be a little bit more patient with ball in hand.
Yep. They're wanting to bounce straight back and get the points, whereas a little bit of patience, if you put teams under pressure in their own 22, the chances will come, especially at schoolboy rugby level. They just get patience, give themselves some time, and they will find success.
Ko te kākari kia Kirikiriroa i nei. O aroa mai to Rotorua. So we will see Chisholm feed in. Possession referee not happy, he wants both teams to reset. And I'm thinking Rotorua will want to exit here. Just get out of their own half, find some territory, and then get themselves back over the try line.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams struggling here at set piece on attack and defence. They've just got to find their footing. It's been a lot of rain this week. Footing will be tough out there. Expect Rotorua to strike and then look to exit after getting one phase play.
So the scrum is set for Rotorua, and the ball comes out the back, and they go through their backline phases. It is going to be an exit here. It's a good kick. It is going to find grass, and Stevens is under pressure because the ball is rolling into the 22. Is he going to be able to link up with Bothaway, who will look to exit? And it's touched there from Rotorua, so he runs onside, and Goran just drops the ball cold, and that's a knock on and another mistake from Kirikiriroa.
That was so close to working out perfectly there for Kirikiriroa. Needs something like that just to go their way, ball to go to hand cleanly, and then Goran was probably away if he maintains that, and that could be a big turning point in the game. However, they now have a defensive kakari in their own half. Look to defend.
Yeah, Kirikiriroa, they're under pressure here. Another kakari to Rotorua. And they've got some weapons in their backline. Richards Te Whao at 12, McGarvey, and the centre, Waititi. Dangerous centre pairing here for Rotorua. And the ball's out here for Rotorua. So Richards Te Whao, he finds his outsides, and we just spoke about their centres, and they've made a good strong carry over the Ruatako Mārua. Kasam over to his full pack. Good carry here from Rotorua. Some rush there here from Kirikiriroa. Referee lets it go. And the quick pick and go here from Rogers, I believe. That's a smart play from Rotorua. More phases here. They're just nudging through their forwards here, Rotorua. Getting closer now. Another strong carry. They are inches here, Rotorua. Quick pick and go here, and he's over. So great forward play here from Rotorua, Zach, and they just kept patient, chipped away at the defensive line, and they're able to take advantage with another pedal.
Yeah, they're showing Kirikiriroa what they should be doing in their own 22. Show patience, go to the pick and go. Lots of phase play, and eventually going to find success. Lots of gaps in and around the ruck there, and eventually getting over the try line. They're moving pretty quickly, and look, the lead's getting pretty large, and Kirikiriroa are going to look to want to strike back before we reach half-time.
Yeah, tautoko tō kōrero, Zach. Kirikiriroa, they don't want this game to get away from them. They are te kaupiro behind here, whānau. It's a good start here from Rotorua. And that kick hits the upright and just to the side, so not quite the 7 points they wanted, but still a good lead here for Rotorua.
Hi, Stefan. Getting deep into the game here. You know, we've seen before last year, especially for Kirikiriroa, how important those kicks at goals are. And you want to be making sure you're getting them from those lockdown distances like he was there. So we'll see how important that comes to be later on in the game.
That's a great shot there as Bothaway gets us underway. Rotorua cleaned that up really nicely there. Great work from Weaver. And he's been good under the high ball. Rogers, the captain. Big shot there from Dunlop. He's trying to make a statement, and someone needs to stand up here for Kirikiriroa as Stevens. He takes possession. He's in open space here. There's a bit of space for Stevens. He gets on the outside here. He's in open pastures and finally goes to ground. But Rotorua blitz that ruck, and it's a penalty there for Rotorua as Kirikiriroa try to tidy that up illegally.
Just got a bit isolated there, Stevens. Had people outside, and he probably could have played to just to take it and reload. Just looks like they're trying a little bit too hard to get their way back into the game at the moment. Again, we've talked about patience this half, and that's what they need to start thinking about.
Kua whiwhi te kapa i tētahi whana. Rotorua here. Ko te rārangi kia Rotorua. We're going to see Vander Hayden. So to their line out, looks like they're going to have a full line out here, or close to a full line out. And that's good work there. They are going quickly forward here at Rotorua. Kirikiriroa didn't engage in the maul initially, but ended up running straight into the defensive line, and they are moving very quickly here. This is danger time here for Kirikiriroa. Referee Wright has his hand up, and kua whiwhi te kapa e tētahi whana anō.
I think they'll look to go to the Rārangi again, finding a lot of success in maul time. I tere rawa te nikihanga o te kapa nei. Their maul, it moves forward and it moves quickly and takes a lot of stopping.
Ko tēnei te wahi tino nui o te kemu. Kirikiriroa te kaupiro behind, and there Rārangi for Rotorua. It's looking really dangerous here for Kirikiriroa. They're going to have to defend well here. The initial strike's good, but they peel off and they are just steaming straight over the try line, and looks like a pero anō to Rotorua.
Rotorua are steaming right now. There's no stopping their line out maul. Kirikiriroa need to stand up here. And we talked about resilience for New Plymouth last time. This is where resilience is really going to show, and these boys are going to have to stand up and look to fight their way back into this game. Stay patient, make the most of their attacking opportunities, which Rotorua have done, and just think.
Yeah, Kirikiriroa now with the Moeska Cup on the line. It's not the ideal start for them, but the perfect start for Rotorua. As we see the Richards Defile line up another conversion. We spoke about the warm-up, Zach, and I was walking past the Student Services Centre this morning, and really noticed the intensity coming from Rotorua, their vocals strong, so it's no surprise that they've had a good start here in Kirikiriroa. Not able to get the conversion there, Richards Defile, but it's a good start again.
Kirikiriroa get a bounce back here. A lot of pressure off the kick. Put them under. Nice high kick. Get a good strong chase in. And try and win the ball back in their own half.
Well, Kirikiriroa, they'll want to respond before half time. By the way, gets us underway. Tidy here from Rotorua. Another strong carries from the captain there, Rogers, but he was met from Vanderheyden. Rotorua still with possession. Are they going to look to exit? And they do so. Richards Defile with the kick straight down to Stevens. That's a good take because the sun kind of caught him there, and he's going to dart down the blind side and link up here with Parai. And Parai comes infield. It's a good one. Can he offload? He does find Stevens. Stevens needs to stay in the field of play. He's going to get dragged out, but he just manages to get to ground. So Roos, he goes to Vanderheyden, who bobbles the ball, but is able to make a strong carry. Possession there for Kirikiriroa. Kara out to Gruen, linking up here with Mills. Finds the back line here. Good pass from Foot. Edge ruck here for Kirikiriroa. It's a bit slow at the breakdown, but the ball is recycled, so Kirikiriroa still with possession. By the way, goes back door here to Kara. Tries to get on the outside shoulder. He does. He links up with Stevens, and that's a strong contact there from Rotorua. But more phases here, and another knock on from Kirikiriroa. And just a few too many mistakes, Zach, from Kirikiriroa in this first half.
Again, it feels like they're trying a little bit too hard when they get into their Ruatakau MāORI. Good attacking play there. Can just slow it down. I know they want to play fast, and that's the way they play. But in positions like these, you've just got to be a little bit more patient.
We can see the Rotorua captain, Rogers. He's on the ground, just feeling a little bit ginger, and he's had a strong first half here for Rotorua.
That's correct, Stefan Rogers. He's a dangerous runner in and around the rucks. He's dangerous, but the little battle between him and the number 3 Vanderheyden for Kirikiriroa has been interesting. Some big hits both put on each way, both making a couple of mistakes, but both adding an impact to their team's attacking play.
Yeah, I've really liked this start from Rotorua and Kirikiriroa. They'll want to respond here. And the score sits at Rua te kaumā rua ki te whitu. As referee Taylor Wright gets both teams back underway. And just the reset here, he's going to come over to this tight side and just see what's going on. He wants to see some pictures. Bit of a battle here between Fafita and his Rotorua opponent at scrum time here. So, and this is an important moment in the first half. As we see the number 9 here for Rotorua, they go blindside through their captain. And it's an exit play here. The ball does go out by the way. What's he going to do? He holds it. Good chase here from Rotorua, so not able to take a quick throw here. Was Kirikiriroa, but it will be a ko te rārangi kia Kirikiriroa, Walker.
That was an excellent kick from Rotorua there.
Inside their own half here, Kirikiriroa. It's a short line out, Rārangi Poto. They come to the front through Dunlop. Fake and then come back fronting, and that's successful work there. Vanderheyden peels off the back. That's a good carry. He breaks the first tackle, gets over the advantage line here. Roos, he goes open side. The captain, Walker. Strong carry. Now a return play here. Through Groen, can he link up? Comes back inside, he's not held, so he's able to take another run. But there's no advantage, and it will be a penalty to Kirikiriroa.
That was good, a lot more patient there in their own half, just working their way out. They found some ground. They take their time, but they're definitely getting over the advantage line within and around that ruck, and then they can go and use their exciting centres of Gurin and Cutter to really break the line and strike through the middle. It's important that they get the set piece right, strike before half time with about 3 or 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, Kirikiriroa, they do need to get some more points on the board, and it'll be a great response if they're able to do this before half time, as you mentioned, Zach. So, ko te rārangi, kia Kirikiriroa. And it's an overthrow. So another mistake, unfortunately, for Kirikiriroa, as Rotorua cleaned that up nicely. And they look to exit through Richards te whao. Good strike here, but by the way, he fakes the run and then the ball slapped down. That's a penalty here, and penalty only, says the ref. So, kua whiwhi te kapa I tētahi whana. Through, by the way, he's going to look to find the sideline.
Finding some momentum here, Kirikiriroa. They've just got to make something stick and make something count, and their reward will come.
Just outside the Rua te kaumā rua. Kirikiriroa just need to tidy up their set piece. And they've got Foot out on the back line, along with Hammond at number 6. And it's another overthrow from Kirikiriroa. So danger time here. And Rotorua, that's a huge run. That's tipped on right all the way through to the edge, but it looked like a forward pass here. Yeah, referee Tyler Wright spotted that, and it's going to come back to the midway mark.
Another unforced error by Kirikiriroa at the line out. Just going a little bit over their lock. The Walker and Mills just have to find that partnership again, whether it's the throws too early or the jumper's going a little bit too early, it's going over him. They've got to figure that one out, because they've had a lot of chances with the Rārangi in their own half and their Rua te kaumā rua, and they haven't been able to make it pay. And Rotorua had a good little attack, and that looked dangerous. They looked dangerous on the counter attack. their outside backs and their centres have a lot to offer, and we can see how much the team has grown with the experience of being a young team last year into a more experienced Rotorua team this year, and they look like a force to be reckoned with in the Super 8 comp.
Well said, Zach, well said. And Kirikiriroa, they are going to have possession late in the first half. How will they respond? Ko tēnei te wāhi, tino nui o te kemu. Ko te kākari ki a Kirikiriroa. Roos will feed the kākari. Looks like a 12-10 wraparound play here. And Kara makes a good run. He needs to link up here. Can he find the guys on his outside? He's able to find Bothaway. Bothaway gives it off to Stevens. Pardai cuts in field. It's a good cut there from Pardai. Flicks the ball inside. Kirikiriroa, they've got it. That's a late pedal in the first half there, Zach, for Kirikiriroa.
It's our man, Pardai, as well. We talked about the danger of his left foot step in the pre-match, and he showed it pay off there. Change of decision. He's called it held up.
Oh, he caught it te piro. So it is a no try. I thought the hand went up there from referee Taylor, right? And he must have seen the ball up off the ground. So, well, potentially the sideline ref has got it in his ear as well. So, no piro there for Kirikiriroa, but engari, ko te kākari ki a Kirikiriroa.
Ko tēnei te wahi tina nui o te kimu. Crucial part of the game here for Kirikiriroa. They can strike here just before half-time, get themselves within touching distance of Rotorua. It would be good momentum going into the second half.
And what are they going to do here? They had a 9-hit 12 with a 10 wraparound play earlier. Kara was able to break through the first tackle, and if he can link up here, it's danger time. But they're going to peel up the back through Dunlop, who slips, hits the ground. So danger at ruck time, but Kirikiriroa tidy it up nicely. They've got a big ball carrier there through Vanderheyden. And they go back to the blind side. It's a return play here. Guerin knocks the ball on, and Rotorua are going to be pleased with their defensive pressure.
Yeah. A lot of great defensive pressure here from Rotorua. Kirikiriroa getting some white line fever a little bit here. They get close to the line and they look out, look at the defence, and don't focus on the basic skills of just catch and pass, taking the contact, get nice and low. They're going to have to put a big shunt on here at this kākari, put their kicker under some pressure and hope to run it back hard.
Rotorua with possession here through their number 9, Chisholm. So we've got to be close to half-time here, Te Whānau. If time's up, I'm picking Rotorua will kick this straight out and go to the break with a comfortable lead here.
Great place to be in a MAORI Cup challenge. Away from home in Kirikiriroa, 15 points ahead. It's a big margin to come back from in the second half of Kirikiriroa if they can't make something happen.
Yeah, we are moments away at Te Whānau from the end of this first half. And that's a good carry here from Rotorua. They're just looking to build phases and exit to close out this first half. And it's, in fact, a penalty here for Rotorua. And they're going to be happy about this.
All discipline killing Kirikiriroa here at the moment. Again, patience on defence, patience on attack is key, and they just need to show that at the moment. If they go to the scrum, probably looking to take this back, kick it straight out, take themselves to half-time with a comfortable lead.
Yes, Markor here from the captain, Rogers. He's going to try and play down the clock. He's asked for a kākari, so ko te kākari ki a Rotorua. That'll chew up a few more seconds, and they will just kick this straight out. Really just taking control of this first half here is Rotorua. And the ball's fed and it's kicked straight out there, so good ending of the first half to Rotorua. And we're going to cut straight to the halftime break at Te Whānau. You will see us very shortly. Ka kite anō.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through tough times.
The best way to dominate any culture is to take the children.
3 months now turned into 3 years.
Once you're in there, that's it.
The Stolen Children of Aotearoa, streaming now on MāORI Plus.
I'm Trevor Johnson and I'm a sheep and beef farmer from the Forgotten World Highway. Some of the country we bought was quite steep and difficult. We have pushed those blocks to pine trees. 1,000 hectares into forest and 7,000 hectares will stay in grazing. To me, it's just the best use of land. If you've got land that is not so productive, it's a marvellous way of increasing your income.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you. We're going to go once. We're going twice. And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Take this for example. This wine turret doesn't look very well designed. So we called the tank manufacturer to check. We asked, why is the turret away from the side of the tank? They said, because it's always been that way. So we had to think. What if the turret was next to the catwalk? Sounds good. So that's what we did. Now the wine turret is better designed, better value, easier to use, and safer. I think that deserves a toast. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
Manga Tangaroa's fight for a better quality of life
You can do it. Nice job, Manga.
will push the human boundaries
Good man, there you go.
of possibility, nurturing hope. All episodes streaming now. Ki MāORI Plus.
Global warming is incredibly serious. We need to cut emissions, but we need to also absorb carbon out of the atmosphere. Growing trees is the only tool we have in the toolbox for taking carbon out of the atmosphere that we can do at scale. Pinus radiata takes carbon out of the atmosphere at about 5 to 10 times the rate of native planting. And so what New Zealand Carbon Farming are doing is planting the Pinus radiata to absorb the carbon, and then they're transitioning that forest into native forest so that we get the biodiversity benefit.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Kaore anō tēnā tū wairua, kia pā mai ki au, I runga I te tū ki te papa tū aua.
Tukuna mai o kaha hea mātou nei tamariki kia tūranga tira.
Ko au tāia, haka, whēra.
Kia ora anō I te whānau. We are back for the second half, and Rotorua, they dominated the first half in this MāORI Cup challenge. The score rua te kaumārua ki te whitu. And we can see Kirikiriroa, they've got their coaches there. Cam Morby, he's going to have a few stern words here. I'm picking to his players. Just want them to get their head straight for the second half and really tidy up their mistakes, Zach.
For sure, I think it's actually a good thing that they're kicking the ball into their own half here. They're able to put Rotorua under some pressure in their own 22. If they can force a turnover off the kickoff, it'll get the momentum going their way. They've had it towards the end of that half, just couldn't finish off that last pass. But Rotorua here, they're playing strong. Ko te kapa nei kaha ana ki te tākaro i tēnei rā. They've come out and they want this. They want the MāORI Cup. Remember, MāORI Cup on the line and probably finals footy in the Super 8.
We've spoken about this rivalry before, Zach, and I'm thinking we're going to have a blind in the second half. I know Kirikiriroa, they'll still back themselves to get themselves into the game, and we're underway here, whānau. By the way, kicks it straight down. Rotorua just outside the rua te kaumārua, their captain here, Rogers. Nice tip pass here to the number 1, Paul. Good carry from him, well over the advantage line, and Kirikiriroa are trying to disrupt it here, but they're going to look to exit. And it's a big kick here from Richard Stefan. It's an opens by Roos, tidies it up nicely, hands it off to Stevens, he puts a fend on, and he goes on the outside shoulder, he's tackled straight into touch, so big D here from Rotorua.
Yeah, great D from Rotorua, and they're being really amped on here by they've got a good strong showing at the other side of the field here, Kirikiriroa, and they hear them being much louder than the Kirikiriroa fans at the moment.
Quick throw here from Rotorua, they just want to get underway. They're playing with a lot of intensity and a lot of energy to start the second half. They've got a lot of confidence, but unfortunately for Rotorua, they've made a mistake in Vanderheyden. He makes a good carry here, so Kirikiriroa. Numbers here on the right side. By the way, can he link up? Hunter, nice tip pass here. Goran comes down the sideline. He's got to stay in touch. It's still alive here for Kirikiriroa. Roos now off the Walker. Carry there, but they're over the ball there, Rotorua, but not able to get possession. So Dunlop, he makes a carry himself, slightly isolated. They just want to stick together here, and they're just tightening it up through Vanderheyden. Big carry here. More phases here, and there's a penalty here for Kirikiriroa because Rotorua aren't rolling away.
Great patience from Kirikiriroa. They've clearly spoken about that in their team talk at halftime. Patience, staying in and around the ruck. Vanderheyden with some really strong runs there, and the number 4 from Rotorua, Wasp, tried to take the ball off Vanderheyden there, held it closely, and unfortunately got trapped, not being able to roll away. And boy, Kirikiriroa have a strong attacking opportunity from the Rārangi here.
Yeah, ko te Rārangi kia Kirikiriroa. Huge part of the game here. Can they tidy up their line out? Walker's to throw, the captain. They come short here. Dunlop darts to the back. Is he going to find Mulster? Although Fafita, it's a trick blade, and Vanderheyden's over.
So a great idea there from Kirikiriroa. They've struggled to find their jumper at the back. They've gone for the same play that's gone wrong 2 times in the first half, and they've changed it up. No contest from Rotorua means that they don't actually have to throw it straight to Fafita at the front. Tipped it on to Vanderheyden, who's had some really strong runs today. Again, we talked about the matchup between Vanderheyden and Tiaraki Rogers, and they're both having a massive impact on this game.
Amazing stuff there from Kirikiriroa. And as you mentioned, Zach, a nice trick play from their front rowers, Fafita and Vanderheyden, and we're going to see Botherway take this conversion out on the right-hand sideline. Big kick here as they are te kaupiro behind Whaumarukara, but they've done well to start this second half. Has Kirikiriroa, and Botherway, we talked about his kicking earlier, Zach, and that's a great strike from him.
It's an awesome strike. They now come within 8 points to try and a penalty away from taking getting even with Okura here, and I think that as Kirikiriroa, you'd be pretty happy with that. You'd say that Okura's had the momentum for most of the game, and they're able to stay within touching distance. Great start to the second half, exactly what they needed. They've got to continue this momentum.
Great start from Kirikiriroa here as Richards Te Whao. He gets us underway again, and it's a good take here from Groen. Didn't have the greatest first half, but he started well here in the second, and Roos off to Dunlop. He gets driven backwards, but it's still possession with Kirikiriroa. They're going through the hands there. Kara. Can he link up with Stevens? He does. He's got Para. He's dangerous in open field. He does a chip over the top. Gathered nicely here from Rotorua, and they're able to move possession through their fullback as well, Owen. So Owen's being tackled, and they go back down the blind side. So it's a smart play here. There's someone back there. I think it's Botherway. And the referee, that is a dangerous looking attempt to make a tackle there. I don't know if it was a foot out or what.
It looked like he's gone for the charge down there. He's just got it wrong. Straight into him. I think it's an unfortunate collision. I'm assuming it's going to be called for cynical play, and we might find we have someone going to the bin here.
Yeah, Botherway, I believe it was. He was in the fullback position, just covering the kick and covering the backfield, and Rotorua went to go to their ear, and he's just got it wrong here. So referee Taylor Wright, he speaks to the touchy, and he asks for Kirikiriroa captain Walker, and they're going to have a chat. So huge part of the game this, because Kirikiriroa have started well in the second half. You can see referee Wright, he's speaking to both men, and he does go to the pocket. It will be a card here for, by the way, I think it's a yellow card. And he will spend some time under the posts.
It's unfortunate there, like no intent to stop the play. He's gone for the charge down. He's just got it wrong. Didn't position himself very well, but that's a big loss for Kirikiriroa. If they're able to get over the try line with 14 men, they're going to have to go to another kicker.
Yeah, not sure how they're going to reshuffle their back line, whether Carter comes into first receiver. But we will see Richards Te Whao go to the sideline. So, ko te rarangi ki a Rotorua I naenei. I'm picking we're going to have another more here for Rotorua there. Moors have been strong. Ai tēnei ahi. So it's executed well here. And a weaver, I believe, with possession. But it does go to ground, so Rotorua with some phases. They like to utilise their forward pack. They've got a strong full pack, but the ball does come out of the ruck here, so Kirikiriroa pounce on the loose ball, and they're going to try and run it out of their own half. Good run here from Groen. Gives it inside to Cutter. Van der Hayden's ready, but they do decide to go back to Stevens, who will look to exit, but ball doesn't find the touch line, so Owen, he fakes the kick, and he's made a dashing run down the left-hand side. He's an open play. Stevens makes the cover tackle, but he slips it off to the number 4. It's going to be Warst, who scores for Rotorua.
Excellent play by the 15. Kirikiriroa just laid off him down here. Could have put him more under pressure. I think he's under more pressure. He probably kicks that back to them, and they don't keep the ball. But a couple of missed tackles as he darted through, but very good run. Left and right foot stepping. Shows his skill there. Rotorua bounced straight back using their 15-men advantage here, and they're over the line, and then they put themselves back in a strong position.
Ai, ko te kapa nei e kahana ki te tākoro I tēnei rā Rotorua. They've really come here to Kirikiriroa. They've come to play whānau. And after just bouncing back here, Kirikiriroa early on in the second half, Rotorua have responded. And so they extend their lead again. Richards Te Whao is going to line up this conversion to push it out. even further. Roa te kauma whitu ki te kauma whā, and that's another Roa Piro 2 Raukara. So good response here from Raukara there, inching themselves ever so closely to a MAORI Cup successful challenge.
Kirikiriroa again, got to look to find momentum here off the kickoff. Stevens stepped up to take the kicks as otherwise standing behind the goalposts. Look, he's an accomplished kicker himself, so look to put them under some pressure here.
And we're going to see Stevens get us underway here for Kirikiriroa. That's a nice high restart, as a matter of fact, but tidy work there from Weaver. He's done well under the high ball, as I mentioned in the first half. We're going to see Chisholm go to box kick, but it's charged down here. And more position here for Raukara. They're going to look to exit through Richards to foul, but he's kicked it straight down to Stevens. He tidies it up nicely. He's in open pastures and he links up here with Grawn. Grawn takes the ball into contact, slightly isolated here. But it will be possession. Kirikiriroa. Dunlop. Roos. Out to Stevens. He makes a run. Flick pass. Ball hits the ground. Fafita does a good job there, tidying up the loose ball. Kirikiriroa, they need to make sure the ball goes to the hands, and Roos, he's looking both sides and decides to give it to Saxon. Some open space here. Again, the ball hits the ground, but Parai, he's been looking dangerous today. Counter-ruck here from Raukara, but Walker does nicely. Nice inside pass here, and referee Wright has his arm out, so it's the advantage here for Kirikiriroa. Good run here from Moose. Can he link up? He's isolated, but there's still an advantage here. And that's another infringement from Raukara. You can see Roos try and tap and go quickly, but referee calls him back.
Unlucky there for Roos. Trying to get the game going. They're trying to move quickly. Just pulled up. I think he was probably slightly off the mark. But that's really good stuff there from Kirikiriroa. They've kept the ball in hand, they remained patient, and they found a reward for that with a penalty. They made ground and they worked really smartly with 14 men. Probably just got to keep it in hand a little bit better, try and work your set pieces, and look to strike. If you can strike with 14 men, it really puts the momentum in your way, and they need to be the next team to get over that line.
Yeah, ko te rārangi kia Kirikiriroa inai nei. Walker with possession. Kirikiriroa, they need to respond. They've only got 14 on the field. So their forwards, they'll want to execute, sorry. And that's going to be a knock on. Raukara, inside the Roa te Kaumāroa, they can exit this, kick it out and find touch on the full there, and that's a great exit there from Richard Stefan.
Had them in the line out so far, and that was a brilliant exit. Look, it's been a regular occurrence here today. You're just not being able to complete their rārangis, and those are the ones that they need to do. They've made errors in their Rotorua, and now they find themselves on the back foot again.
Yeah, not quite clinical today, Kirikiriroa. And so their lineouts have been a bit scrappy, but they've done well here to tidy this one. So Kara, he makes a big carry, and good work there from Raukara, who have stripped possession, and they've knocked it on here. So a little dink into the corner. That's a great kick there from McGarvey, and he finds space and good territory here for Raukara.
Yeah, another handling error from Kirikiriroa here. They're just looking to play the ball a little bit too much. They're trying a little bit too hard. Again, keep it patient, keep it inside the ruck. Use your big man like Van der Hayden to really make you ground. Mills, Van der Hayden having strong runs today.
Rārangi, Poto. Kirikiriroa. It's tidy here, so they're going to move forward. They've got momentum. So referee calls the 7 from Raukara. Hutchings to get out, and the referee has his arm out, and there's a double blow here, so Rokara could be in trouble here.
They're on the movement, pretty cynical play. He's double blowed the whistle here.
Renata, I believe. Referee talks to Renata, and there's not going to be a card here, but they have been spoken to, so...
Very good refereeing there from Wright. I think it's very easy for refs to go to the card to punish offences, but at the schoolboy level, it's good to educate the boys on what they can and can't do around the maul time. Now the ball's not stuck in the tree. Great help down there by one of our under 15 boys.
All right, Kirikiriroa, they need to respond. They're down on the scoreboard by Te Kauma Rima Piro. Kirikiriroa fakes the back, fake the front side, go to the back, and it's an overthrow again, so it's going to be tidied up here to Vanderheyden, the hooker from Rokara. Good carry here from Mailulu. He's had a good game so far. Through the hands here. Waititi, nice cut-out pass here. He finds his outside backs. Not held there, so Rokara go again. Ball hits the ground, and referee has his arm out. I think it's... no, there's no advantage there, so it will be a kakari to Kirikiriroa.
Kakari here, by the way, looking ready to come back on. He's on the sideline, loosening up. I think being down to 14 men, if you can only concede one try, you probably call that a success. Although Kirikiriroa have had their opportunities to make the most of their time in the last 10 minutes, they're going to need to look to strike from outside their own half here and put Rokara under some late pressure.
No kotene te rārangi huri. Kakari. Kia Kirikiriroa referee. He's not happy with the picture here at scrum time, so he's going to ask both packs to reset.
Looks like footing is pretty tough with the weather we've had this week in Kirikiriroa. It's been quite wet, quite damp, and when it rains here, it stays in the soil for a while. So you've got to change the way you play.
Just looking out for player safety there is referee Taylor White, so good work there as Roos feeds the scrum for Kirikiriroa. Kara, first receiver here, some space for Stevens. He links up nicely with Hunter. Hunter Goosey, he needs to stay in the field of play. Dan, he's driven out there nicely from to Tavaiva. As we can see, the referee call by the way back onto the field, but that's great defensive pressure there from Rokara.
Hunter just helping Rokara with their defence using the sideline. Probably got to step in off their right foot there a little bit, take the ball to ground, reset just outside of you towards MΑORI, and then strike from there with this dangerous forward pack and back line Kirikiriroa have.
Rarangi Poto for Rokara. Nice throw there. So we're going to see their captain Rogers make a big carry. He's carried hard all game here. Rokara, they're looking to exit through Richards. He finds grass. By the way, he's just come back on the field after seeing 10 in the bin now. Stevens, he's running sideways, but he is able to find Grawn. But Rokara, they're able to drift on D quite quickly there, so they've got their covered out on the left-hand edge. Referee has seen a bit of he's seen a knock on, I believe it, yes, at the breakdown, so it will be a kakari to Kirikiriroa.
Rokara disrupting at ruck time. They got the turnover there, really well done. Unfortunately, just knocking it on after he got the turnover. But probably about 20 minutes to go here. Kirikiriroa need to strike twice, and they need to strike fast here. 14 points down, 15 points down. Got to look to find some inspiration here. 15 back in the field, the inspirational first five, and by the way, is back on. See if he can create something.
Interested to see when Kirikiriroa, or both squads as a matter of fact, go to their bench. As we get ever so closer to the later half of the second half. Ball hits the ground again for Kirikiriroa, but Hunter, he tidies that up nicely for Kirikiriroa. He goes into contact, but he runs high, and the Rokura captain Rogers holds him up nicely, and he's got a turnover there for Rokura, so good smart play there, good smarts there from Rokura.
Rogers just manhandling Carson Hunter there. The size difference was immense, and he just picked him up like he was a baby and just held him there. Hunter couldn't do much about that. He tried to get low, but he just literally picked up and held up.
Ko te kākari kia Rokura. Lots of options here, and as a matter of fact, they've split their back line. They're not quite, it's not quite a fit midfield scrum here, Whānau, but they can go either way, and they do decide to go right side. So we see Waititi, he links up here nicely with McGarvey, and that's a great kick from him. He puts Kirikiriro under pressure as, by the way, swings it to Stevens. Stevens now, he's running into open field, carries hard into contact, beat contact here from Rokura. But it will be Kirikiriro possession. Fafita now, back door here to Bodaway. Bit of pace here from Kara. Throws a dummy. He throws two dummies. He's in open space. Can he link up? He finds room. That's a great tackle there from Rokura. That's a try-saving tackle there from Rokura. And now they're going to counter-attack. And the referee has his arm out for no arms in contact. That's a shoulder charge there from their captain, Walker.
I think Rokura got lucky there. I think the tackler's probably made contact with Dunlop before he's caught the ball. However, Carson Hunter down here with another unforced error, shoulder charge. It looked like a burst of frustration. Looked like a burst of frustration, and the referee spotted that.
Yeah, the Kirikiriroa players, they're complaining to the ref because it's a bit of a tactic here from Rokura. They love to slow the game down. They have a player down on the ground, and then the referee blows his whistle, and then Rokura are able to regather themselves. So a bit of coaching smarts here from Rokura, a bit of mind games here. But I've really been impressed, Zach, with the number 6 from Rokura. He made that try-saving tackle on Roos, Mailulu. And I've seen him sort of dart from edge to edge, just making a lot of big tackles.
Yeah, those are big game moments. Crucial time. I think if Kirikiriro get under the post there, it gives them a little bit of momentum with about 15 minutes to go. They go bang again quickly, and it all comes down to a penalty to change the game. But Kirikiriro are going to be looking to strike from their own half here again from the Rārangi. Under a little bit of pressure here, and they've got some strong runners in their forwards, so we'll see what they can do. But Rokura, their defence, their forward pack has been immense today. You know, we talked about the likes of Te Ariki Rogers, their front row as well has been awesome.
And we do see the number 3 forward, Rokura, Renata, get up, just grabbing onto his shoulder, and all of a sudden he's back in the game. So you see the replacement halfback for Rokura, he's on the field here, the number 20, Huriwa. And they're going to go pull some phases here. Huriwa slips on the ground. It's a bit slippery out there, as you mentioned. Mailulu, we just spoke about him. He makes a carry himself. And they're going to return play here through Hutchings. Huriwa now off to Owen. Big tackle there, and Saxon with a good tackle. Ball's loose here, and a bit of ill discipline here from Kirikiriro with hands in the ruck.
Yeah, you can see the frustration starting to grow with this Kirikiriro team. So trying to deal with this pressure, it's hard. They can stand up. They just need one thing to go their way here, and they'll get back and get some momentum going with them. But right now, Rokura are riding this momentum they've had since the start of the game. And look, a little bit of a shanky kick there, but they got an attacking play on their 10-metre line. And I think if they get over the line here, that's game over nearly.
Yeah, the number 14 there, Tavaiva slips, but he is able to find the sideline, and we're going to see Van der Hayden throw for Rokura. And it's an overthrow, so Van der Hayden, He gets to make a big carry here. But Okura, they just put a little discipline and they're back chatting to the referee now. So the referee, Taylor Wright, he marches with Okura back 10. That's by the way, he's going to look straight at the corner and he just finds touch there. He almost undercooked it there, but it is Ararangi for Kirikiriroa. And this is a huge moment in the game.
Huge moment in the game. Kirikiriroa. Or tēnei te wahi, tēnei nui o te kinu. They can get over the line here, they get themselves back in the game. Put Okura under some pressure.
Dunlop, he comes forward. And again, they fake to the back, and it's clean there for Kirikiriroa. They're marching forward here. They've got momentum. Vanderheiden, he's going to go to ground. Good defense there from Okura. It's open here for Roos. Can he find the line? He does! So great pedal there for Kirikiriroa. They've responded. And that brings it to Teko pedal.
Great eyes up play by Roos. Looked up, heard some chat, found the gap. 2-on-1 out there, could have passed out to his winger and Hunter, but the left winger for Okura pushed out and he found the space, got under the post. As Botherway looks to line up this kick from a similar position as earlier in the half. His 2 points are crucial.
Roa te kau mā iwa ki te kau mā iwa. So, as I mentioned, 10 points behind here, Kirikiriroa. Big kick here for Botherway. It is a great strike there from Botherway. So, just 8 points now in it. E te whānau for this Moaska Cup challenge.
8 points and 8 minutes to go, Steph. It's going to be an exciting finish if Kirikiriroa can get over the line in the next couple of minutes. They get themselves within one penalty, one try. Okura want to put some pressure on off this kick.
And kei te tū te ihi me te wehi runga I te papatākoro. And we see the restart from Richards, te whao. Tied it up there from Gruen. He tips it on to his forwards, carry over the advantage line. Kirikiriroa, can they claw their way back into this game? Botherway here, out to Stevens. Some space, a little chip over the top, but it's covered nicely there. And a high tackle there from Stevens. You can see that Okura whānau on their far side, though, throwing their hands up in the air. And again, just a bit of real discipline from Kirikiriroa.
Unfortunate there for Stevens. The player was falling as he went to tackle him, and look, the rules are the rules. Even if he's falling, you contact him high, penalty only. Look, you call that smart from the outside back, going low. Although Stevens probably didn't need to kick that in behind, take it back in, reset with where they need to be.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, Zach. Just need to be patient with the ball. And now at Okura get an opportunity to find the sideline. They're going to try their best to slow this down. They've got an 8-point lead with less than 10 minutes on the clock here te whānau. Ko te rārangi ki a Okura. I runga I te toru te kau mita, and it is more here for Okura. Them going forward, it's moving quickly, and the arms out here for Okura, so it's advantage as they go to their 4-pack here. They're going to try and use the ball and make something and close this game out. Mailulu. We see a carry, but there's no advantage here, so tough decision here. You're 8 points in front, Zach. It is on the sideline. Do you slow it down, take the conversion? What are we thinking here?
They've gone to touch.
Gone to touch here,
Probably not locked in from that far out. It's not guaranteed 3 points. I think if you're close to the post and you've got a straight up kick, you probably take it, give yourself an 11-point lead, but they back themselves with their driving more to probably get over the line here and extend it even further and put the game to bed.
And they've had success at Rotorua at line-out time, especially with their mauls, and if they can score here, they can definitely seal the game and seal the Moaska Cup. And we do see a change here for Rotorua. It will be the number 22, Rasmussen. So he comes on to the left wing for Rotorua. And it will be line-out time. Just a little strike off the back here. Big carry for Rotorua. They're getting really close here, E Te Whānau. They're going to go to the pick and goes here. Referee has his arms up, so let's play on here. They make their way towards the post here at Rotorua. They go towards the blind side. There's numbers here. Pressure here from Parai. Rotorua really close. Hutchings out to the full pack here. More pick and goes here for Rotorua. Inches here now. Can they get to the try line? Kirikiriroa doing a good job holding them out, but Rotorua still marching forward here. I think that's my Lulu. He makes a carry himself. Still plugging away through. But it's a counter-ruck here from Kirikiriroa. I believe Rotorua still at position. They fling to the left-hand side here through their back line here. And he's breaking through. That's a try to Owen. And it's great patience there. We've spoken about patience in this fixture, Zach, and Rotorua able to capitalise on their phases, and they've spread it wide, and it's got a great try through Owen.
Yeah, Owen's been outstanding from the back. He saw that awesome try from his own half earlier, stepping and weaving through there. He just stood outside, worked really hard through the contact, and got over the line to probably secure the victory here for Rotorua with the minutes dying down. And look, they've deserved everything they're getting here. They've had the energy, they've played strong, they've had the momentum for most of the game. But again, it looks like the tee's taken a while to come out here. He's called it away again. He's going to go back to the drop goal, I think.
And this is a huge kick, actually, at Te Whānau. I believe if he misses this kick, that it will be 13 points behind for Kirikiriroa. So he strikes it well off the drop goal, but it is short. So with only about rima miniti, ake te mutunga o tēnei kēmu, Kirikiriroa will need to score very promptly off the restart.
Get his kick nice and high, put the forwards under some pressure like Stevens did earlier.
And yeah, not a bad kick there from Bolaway, but again we see nice tidy work there from Weaver for Rotorua. He's been great today under the high ball. And off the restart, and Rotorua's going to look to exit. We're going to see Bolaway take possession here. He's linking up with Gruen. Gruen cuts inside. Can he link up with Stevens? Stevens, he's in open space here. Good cover tackle here from Rotorua. He's still on his feet here, Stevens. Kirikiriroa now with momentum. There's space out on the left edge. Can Walker find his outside backs? He's found Mills. He finds Hunter, I believe. He's tackled out on the left side. So Kirikiriroa, they've got an opportunity here, Whānau, to strike back through Fafita. He's had huge minutes here for Kirikiriroa. More phases here. Saxon. He stopped in his tracks. Great defense there from Rotorua, and they're counter-rucking here. But they're straight off their feet, so do you want to tap and go here, Kirikiriroa? Roosie's fighting for possession, and the referee has decided to reverse the penalty.
Massive call there from Tyler Wright. He's obviously having none of this business. Walker looked like he was trying to get the ball, and he just tried to push the guy. Looked like there wasn't much in it, but Wright decided to penalise us late on in the game. He probably feels it's getting a bit of tension here, and it's just silly mistakes that have cost Kirikiriroa here. They had the penalty right under their own sticks there. Yeah!
And the referees march Kirikiriroa just for a bit of back chat. And he calls the captain from Kirikiriroa, Walker. And he's having a word with him. So he wants to cool his head. And Van der Hayden's just helped to get him back on side and cool his head. So
Van der Hayden's probably the best guy to have there supporting him. He's, you know, full of really calm, collected manner, and had a lot to do with Van der Hayden and his time in the hospital and the school. And look, he's a guy who went out there in a position like this.
Great touch finally there from Tutavova. And Kirikiriroa making some really late changes here. So we do see the number 22 come on here, Wales, and the number 20 Ross for Kirikiriroa. Toru te kau mā whā ki te roa te kau mā tahi. Raukara with a good 13-point lead, and it's a penalty because no one engaged there from Kirikiriroa. Smart play from them. They're going to want to tap and go here. They are running out of time, Kirikiriroa. So by the way, he's linking up here with his backline. There's a bit of space here, but good cover there again. Wailulu, he's been making a lot of cover tackles in this fixture. More position here. Ross, he's just come on the field. Walker with a backdoor pass here through Cutter. He needs to straighten up. He's trying to run on the outside and he gets driven close to the touchline. Advantage here for Kirikiriroa. Raukara just off their feet. So Kirikiriroa, they want to tap and go. And that's exactly what they do. By the way, Goran now, Stevens. Here we go, Pardai now. Good tackle there. Needs to stay in field. He darts back inside. That's smart play there from Pardai. Ross now. Off to Dento, I believe. He's just come on, the number 16, Ross. Dunlop. He's made quite a few strong carries today. By the way now, linking out with Cutter. Good run there. Into contact. Phases, more phases for Kirikiriroa. Tip pass here from Van der Hayden. Numbers on this right-hand side for Kirikiriroa. Can they execute here? Another carry. Linking up here through Saxon. Good offload there. He's linking up with Pardai. Pardai's going to dart in the corner. So Kirikiriroa, they need to quickly take this conversion because they are running out of time at Tefano. And as a matter of fact, that might just be the game. But that's a good finish there from Kirikiriroa.
I think it reflected that is the game. That penalty down here later on is going to be crucial in terms of that discipline side of things. Discipline-wise, Kirikiriroa have been on the other side of the calls, and they've just probably got to have a little bit of reflection there. Unforced errors, ill discipline have cost them today, and Rotorua, you know, stood up and they brought the energy from the start. We mentioned that before. The energy in their warm-up was outstanding, and they've worked very hard, and they deserve this victory, and it puts them in a strong position in the Super 8. Kirikiriroa are going to need to win the rest of their games and hope for results to go their way.
By the way, he's going to close out the game with a conversion on the sideline, and he has kicked well today. And he strikes another one from the sideline, but referee Taylor Wright calls it full time. So congratulations to Rotorua. They have just won the MāORI Cup, and we spoke about the rivalry at the start of the game, Zach. And Rotorua and Kirikiriroa have had some epic battles over the years, not only in the Super 8 competition, but obviously the Chiefs Cup finals. And so, you know, I spoke about Kirikiriroa winning the 2 fixtures last year, but Rotorua, they're able to get one back on Kirikiriroa today.
Yeah, the effort they put in, the mahi they showed was awesome, and they deserved that win. They had the momentum for most of the game. They were more disciplined, executed better at line out and in the set piece, and ka pai to them. They deserve this, and the MāORI Cup goes to Rotorua and back to Rotorua, and let's hope they can hold on to this for the rest of the Super 8 comp.
Yeah, well said there, Zach, and Rotorua, they're celebrating on the field, congratulating each other. They've got their hands on the MāORI Cup, and that will do us, e te whānau, for your round 3 Super 8 fixture here in the beautiful Waikato. Lots of improvement for Kirikiriroa as they move forward into round 4, and it doesn't get any easier for them in the Super 8 competition, Zach.
No, Super 8 competition, every game's a tough game. You know, they look to their next games coming up, and Rotorua have Hastings in 4 days' time, and Kirikiriroa have Napier away in Napier. Two big trips for both these teams, and Napier have probably been looking to restart their long season, because you know they've had a couple of losses early on, and they're a dangerous team when they're down.
Just looking quickly, whānau, at the standings with Rotorua now. They will receive full points today, and with a bonus point as well, I believe. So they will be closing in on the top 4 of the Super 8 competition. We can see supporters here from Rotorua just standing behind their squad. Ready to what I believe will be a haka tautoko. And we just want to give a big mihi atu e te whānau for your taringa i tēnei ahi ahi. We will see you next time on Whakaata Māori. A big mihi out to our sponsors as well. And we will see you again e te whānau. Ka kite anō, kia pai te rā.